Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 Origin Continent based on novel. So let's start. Within the hearts of the emperors, there was a general consensus on the value of the Thousand Dreams fruit, commonly believing that about 20 to 30% of a corpse with ultimate primordial bloodline would suffice. But now, Difu had proposed a full 50% of a corpse, indeed surprising all the emperors. 5%. Di Yang furrowed his brows at Difu. Even if it comes from different corpses, 50% of corpse materials, isn't that too much? The other emperors said nothing, just looked at Difu. Difu gave a slight smile. 50% corpse materials, too much? In my opinion, not at all. I think it's quite a lot. Di Yuan also frowned. Difu, could you be purposely giving the tribe's treasures to this black-robed? Do you know this black-robed? Difu didn't speak, his face growing cold. This is a collective deliberation of the emperors. Emperor Xian chastised, each emperor can express their own opinions. Difu merely put forth a suggestion, and Di Yuan, you accuse him of deliberately giving treasures to the black-robed. Di Yuan, you've gone too far. Difu only proposed a suggestion, the final decision will still be made collectively. Di Jiufeng also spoke up, quite dissatisfied. Humph. Di Yuan sneered. I'd like to see just what reason Difu has. Difu glanced at Di Yuan. Di Yuan, among the 13 emperors, you've caused the greatest trouble for the imperial clan. You are the least qualified to say such things. Di Yuan's face changed. He retorted angrily, Difu, you target me repeatedly. Today, it's you who are targeting me. Difu glared coldly at him. I am the current ruling emperor. Am I supposed to ignore your mess? What? Are we supposed to discuss your transgressions today? Di Yuan sneered again. Fine, let's not discuss these things. I'm curious as to why you want to exchange 50% of corpse materials for a piece of the Thousand Dreams fruit. Difu looked around. Let's continue with the matter at hand. I'd like to ask, do you emperors sincerely wish to buy this piece of the Thousand Dreams fruit, or do you not? The many emperors present were taken aback. If we only bid 30% of corpse materials, do you think we could get the Thousand Dreams fruit? Difu asked again. I believe everyone understands that the Thunder Ancient Country has more corpse materials than us, and they would likely bid up to 40%. And the 3 alien clans typically bid even higher than the 2 of our ancient countries. The 3 alien clans probably don't have that many corpse materials, said Di Yuan. The 3 alien clans will offer other conditions, such as a small amount of remnants from lower-level primordial life, said Difu. In any case, from my understanding of the 3 alien clans, their bids will be higher than those of our 2 ancient countries. The emperors present fell silent. Indeed. It has always been like this. The homelands of the 3 alien clans didn't possess such rare treasures. They were willing to pay a higher price for each one. Whereas the ancestors of the 2 countries had obtained so much that they became more selective. Bidding 30% of corpse materials, we all know that the chance of success is extremely low. It's merely to avoid blame from the ancestors, said Difu. If we truly wish to buy the Thousand Dreams fruit for the ancestors, the bid must be over 40% of corpse materials for there to be any hope of exceeding the 3 alien clans, to win the Thousand Dreams fruit. Our treasure trove only totals 50%. Will bidding 40% and bidding 50% make much difference to us? What can we do with the scant materials left? 40% of corpse materials, the chance of success is still not high. I estimate that the bids of the 3 alien clans will generally be in this range, possibly even higher. With 50% of corpse materials, the hope could be much greater. Paying such a hefty price, are you insisting on obtaining this piece of the Thousand Dreams fruit? Di Yuan scoffed. Don't forget. Difu looked around. the land of origin, is already in its final stages. The hearts of the emperors in attendance jolted. As time goes on, the top treasures produced by the dream domain will become even scarcer, said Di Fu, and before the end of the land of origin, we will also need to leave it. The 1,000 Dreams fruit may not be of great use to the ancestors, but it is very useful for us. The other 11 emperors were moved. This top treasure, could it be our turn? Di Kong couldn't hold back, his eyes ablaze with eager anticipation. Since it was for purchasing for the ancestors, everyone wasn't too concerned. But if it was for their own consumption? My debt to the tribe doesn't count as too high, Di Fu said. I will take the initiative to apply to the ancestors for permission to purchase this piece of the 1,000 Dreams fruit, and the so-called price. I will bear it myself. Di Ming, who had been silent, eyes brightened, said, I will also apply. Among the 12 emperors present, in terms of debt, Di Ming and Di Fu owed the least to their tribe, both having enough allowance to purchase the 1,000 Dreams fruit. So that's your plan. We're going to leave the land of origin in the future, and afterwards, to obtain such top treasures, we won't have the opportunity. Each emperor was somewhat tempted. They couldn't live in the next era of the land of origin, and after leaving the land of origin, to obtain treasures of this level again. Too difficult. Haven't you seen? The 3 alien clans, breaking through dimensions to come to the land of origin, paying such a great price, are willing to buy the 1,000 Dreams fruit. We can't afford it. Di Kong, Emperor Chu, and others all looked envious. The ancestors of the 2 countries had the emperors and monarchs of their respective ancient countries shouldering enormous debts. The emperors and monarchs who wanted more treasures. They had to first repay their debts. So, each of them desperately collected top treasures. The 2 ancestors didn't need to spend any effort, and these emperors and monarchs would offer many treasures to them. I am willing to purchase with 50% of corpse materials, and I will also take the initiative to request purchase of the 1,000 Dreams fruit from the ancestors. No matter the cost, I'll bear it myself. Di Fu looked around. Any objections to offering 50% of corpse materials? Good, Di Ming nodded. We'll apply to the ancestors when the time comes, each according to their own abilities. Di Fu nodded as well. Di Fu indeed desired the 1,000 Dreams fruit. After consuming it, one could experience 1,000 lifetimes in dreams, undergoing cultivation in the dream world as well, accumulating insights, and tempering the spirit. Such a treasure was of immense value. It was only the ancestors of the 2 countries, who had reached extremely high realms of cultivation, and had obtained similar treasures before, that didn't care much. The 1,000 Dreams fruit works best the first time it is taken. The benefit diminishes with the second and third times, and so on. I have no objection, Emperor Xian nodded. You would have no objection, Emperor Xian, since you will be bearing it yourself, Emperor Kong sighed. What a pity that I can't afford it, Emperor Chu shook his head. None of the emperors had any objections, not even Emperor Yang at this moment. They could see that the emperor's resolution would definitely surpass half in favor. Then it is settled, Emperor Di Fu agreed with a nod. Emperor Di Fu, Emperor Yang suddenly spoke up. If the black-robed agrees to this trade, may I observe? Emperor Di Fu glanced at Emperor Yang and smiled with a nod, of course. Emperor Yang nodded in response. Di Yang Palace. Emperor Yang, Di Wu, and Di Shi, the 3 of them gathered together. Big brother, are you going to observe this trade? Di Wu asked Emperor Yang with confusion. Emperor Yang nodded. You both should know that I was the first in the imperial clan to become an emperor, with Emperor Di Fu being the second. At that time, we both cultivated the primordial bloodline, and shared a deep bond. I offered him quite a lot of help. Di Wu and Di Shi both nodded. In the whole imperial clan, I should understand Emperor Di Fu the best, Emperor Yang stated. I've always wanted to persuade Emperor Di Fu to join us. so that the four of us can act together after we leave the land of origin. Given Emperor Di-Fu's mastery in formations, if he joins us, our team's strength could at least double. Di-Wu agreed with a nod, but, big brother, you have been persuading him for so long and he does not take any notice. Yes. Emperor Yang nodded. Emperor Di-Fu appears gentle on the surface, but in reality, he is extremely decisive. Originally, he didn't hesitate to abandon the primordial bloodline and chose reincarnation. And then there were the times of the collective emperor resolutions. Sometimes he would give me some face, but other times he would stand directly opposite me. He is not influenced by favors. If he has decided on something, I can't change his mind, Emperor Yang said. I've long understood that he won't join us. However, this time his insistence is quite rare, Emperor Yang continued, although his explanation is sufficient, that he wants a share of the 1,000 Dreams fruit for himself. I have known him for too long. When he decides like this, I feel something isn't quite right. Therefore, during this trade, I'm preparing to observe. I also happen to be quite interested in that black-robed one. Emperor Yang, don't become enemies with Emperor Di-Fu. Di-Shi, who had been silent, spoke up, you can't defeat him. Emperor Yang was startled and looked at his wife, smiling, I know. Without relying on external items, achieving ultimate realm life form, through formations alone is something only Emperor Di-Fu had done on the land of origin. Other powerful beings achieved their ultimate realm life form status either through the primordial bloodline, or with the help of many precious primordial materials. Emperor Di-Fu's mastery in formations is unimaginable. Moreover, he exchanged powerful formation secret treasures with the ancestor, making his strength even more terrifying. And that's just what's apparent on the surface. Emperor Yang was very aware that Emperor Di-Fu was always good at hiding. When it comes to scheming, who on the land of origin could compete with him? Emperor Yang stated, honestly, despite all the mystery surrounding the identity of the black-robed, if anyone from the ancient countries could guess his identity, I believe Emperor Di-Fu might be the first to figure it out. This time, when the black-robed faced off against Emperor Jiufeng and Di-Wu, it was confirmed that the black-robed possesses a physical body no less powerful than that of an ultimate realm life form. Emperor Yang continued, a terrifying physical body and a spiritual will beyond the God King level. Emperor Ming, after all, has the resources of the imperial clan for cultivation, but for the black-robed, as an independent cultivator, to reach this stage is even more frightening than Emperor Ming. I have a feeling that there may be a connection between Emperor Di-Fu and the black-robed, said Emperor Yang. The land of origin is entering its final phase, and we must be more diligent. Emperor Yang told Di-Shi and Di-Wu, any major opportunity, the three of us must compete for it. The power within the land of origin is bounded by the upper limit of the ultimate realm. Therefore, as long as they can get involved, we are able to intervene. The more opportunities we seize, the stronger we become. Then, once we leave the land of origin, the three of us will be in a better position to survive, Emperor Yang said. Di-Wu and Di-Shi both nodded. They were not interested in ordinary opportunities, but for valuable resources. If there was a chance to get involved, they would never let it go. Luo Feng received responses from the two ancient countries. Thunder Ancient Country was willing to offer about 30% of corpse materials, which were from two different ultimate primordial bloodline bodies. Flame Wind Ancient Country was willing to offer about 50% of corpse materials, which were from three different ultimate primordial bloodline bodies. Flame Wind Ancient Country is offering so much. Luo Feng was surprised. The terms provided by the Flame Wind Ancient Country were really too generous. Even in negotiations with the three alien clans, the terms from Flame Wind Ancient Country would likely be the best. The terms from your Flame Wind Ancient Country are slightly better than those offered by the three alien clans. I am willing to sell the 1,000 Dreams fruit to you, Luo Feng responded to Flame Wind Ancient Country through the command token, and they also set the time and place for the exchange. In a small city, Snow Peak City, on the border of Flame Wind Ancient Country, this city was built atop a majestic mountain range, and was perennially covered in floating snow. There weren't many cultivators living there, just a mere several billion. In the highest place in the city, and also the peak of the entire majestic mountain range, it was completely sealed off today, prohibiting all cultivators from approaching. Whoosh! The black-robed Luo Feng with a golden mask appeared in the sky. Since it was the trade for the Thousand Dreams fruit, Luo Feng was preventing Flame Wind Ancient Country from forcibly stealing it. Therefore, his physical body was in the strongest state he could unleash, reaching the level of a world life form, with 56 times the perfect divine body energy reserve. Moreover, Luo Feng was also carrying the Star Tower. Whoosh! With a step, Luo Feng was already on the mountaintop. There were already two figures at the peak, their presence naturally influencing the surrounding environment. It was Emperor Di Fu and Emperor Yang. His arrived. Emperor Di Fu and Emperor Yang also saw the appearance of the black-robed golden-masked figure. Is this really Luo his true strength? Di Fu curiously observed Luo Feng. It was the first time he had seen Luo Feng in his black-robed, golden-faced form. As the most powerful entity in divining the heavens throughout the land of origin, a single glance from him could gather massive amounts of information. Di Fu's body refinement was through formations, his body was a movable, massive formation. Wherever he went, an endlessly vast range was naturally within the influence of his formation, able to collect numerous subtle pieces of information. Wherever Luo Feng goes, the void is under pressure. His life force is above both mine and Di Yang's. Di Fu instantly made a judgment. Every life form, including a grain of sand or a particle, as carriers, they all put pressure on the void, although the strength of the pressure varies. Life force encompasses both the physical body and the soul. In Di Fu's formation sensing, Luo Feng seemed like a terrifying celestial body affecting the void, much more so than both Di Fu and Di Yang. Talking about life force, among the 12 emperors, only Emperor Ming is not inferior to him, confirmed Di Fu. Naturally, he excluded Emperor Qing instinctively. Emperor Qing had already transcended the ultimate realm, his avatar had gone to explore the outside world. Emperor Ming's spirit had surpassed the godly king level, with deep cultivation in the origin Tao of matter, and an exceptionally high level of extraction from the primordial bloodline. His physical body was also the most formidable among the 12 emperors. In Di Fu's view, half of the 12 emperors, in a one-on-one battle with Emperor Ming, would be completely killed. At this moment, in Di Fu's perception, the life force of the black-robed, golden-faced strong one was about 70% of Emperor Ming's, completely surpassing the other 11 emperors. Is Di Fu observing this black robe? Di Yang couldn't see through Luo Feng's reality, but he was very familiar with Di Fu. He could tell at a glance that this was Di Fu's careful observation stance. Was I wrong? Di Fu and the black robe aren't familiar. Now Luo Feng approached and smiled. I am indeed honored to meet two emperors. One is the reigning emperor of the Flame Wind Ancient Country, and the other is the once foremost emperor. We, too, are seeing the black-robed brother for the first time, Di Yang also said with a smile. First time seeing the black-robed brother, indeed exceptional, Di Fu also praised. The atmosphere was quite amiable as they met. Luo Feng said, I have brought the Thousand Dreams fruit. The ultimate realm primordial bloodline biological materials, have you brought them? Of course, said Di Fu. This time Di Fu insisted, despite opposing views, to trade about 50% of the corpse materials for this fruit, explained Di Yang, while also watching for any changes in the expressions and auras of Di Fu and Luo He. Di Fu glanced at Di Yang before saying, indeed, I was the one pushing for it. According to the other emperors, 20 to 30% of the materials would have been enough. 20 to 30% of the materials won't get my 1,000 dreams fruit, said Luo Feng with a smile. The 3 alien clans have made offers that are almost worth 40% of the corpse materials. Let's check the treasures then. Di Fu waved his hand, and there appeared a black spatial bag. The mouth of the bag opened, revealing the large amount of ultimate realm primordial bloodline creature corpse materials inside. Luo Feng also turned his hand and took out a treasure box, opening it to reveal the 1,000 dreams fruit inside. They checked the goods simultaneously. Luo Feng's consciousness carefully entered the spatial bag to examine it. With ultimate realm primordial bloodline biological materials, even a tiny amount of the corpse material upon inspection with the consciousness would reveal the complete biological form. It would be easy to deduce the proportion of the materials to the complete body. These materials do indeed come from 3 creatures, all bred on the land of origin, judged Luo Feng after his assessment, adding up to roughly 50% of the corpse materials. It's indeed the 1,000 dreams fruit, Di Fu confirmed as well. Good, then let's make the trade, said Di Fu, waving his hand, and the spatial bag flew towards Luo Feng. With a thought from Luo Feng, the treasure box also flew toward Di Fu. Both parties were wary, afraid of being forcefully robbed. If Luo Feng attempted to force the issue, Di Fu would have to call upon several ready emperors, according to the rules. Those emperors would work with Di Fu's grand formation to besiege Luo Feng together. Luo Feng was also prepared, mobilizing the secret treasure, Star Tower, within his body. If a battle broke out, he would immediately imprison both Di Fu and Di Yang in the Star Tower. Whoosh! Whoosh! The treasures flew respectively to each other's front without incident. Very good. Luo Feng reached out and picked up the spatial bag. If there are 4 great treasures, our flame-wind ancient country is always keen to purchase. Di Fu put away the treasure box as well. With the successful transaction, both parties breathed a sigh of relief. Ha ha, old rules. I usually negotiate with the 5 parties, the highest bidder wins. Luo Feng's mood seemed good as well. Then I'll be taking my leave first. Black-robed brother, I would like to ask one more question. Why did you kill the 3 city lords of Shi Kingdom? Suddenly asked Di Yang. Luo Feng glanced at him, with a smile that was not quite a smile. To kill when one wishes, is there need for a reason? After speaking, Luo Feng took a step. In a flash of black light, he had already disappeared. This black robe, quite a temper, Di Yang commented. The stronger one is, the greater the temper, said Di Fu, before leaving as well. Let's go. Di Fu needed to deliver the 1,000 dreams fruit to the clan's treasure trove. Only if the ancestor approved of his application, could he consume the 1,000 dreams fruit. Di Yang stood there, slightly frowning. It seems they are not that familiar with each other. Di Yang was somewhat puzzled, and this black robe, not caring at all about me. He could tell the casualness in the tone. Interesting. Di Yang smiled. Now that you've shown yourself, your identity will ultimately be discovered. Soon after, he also disappeared without a trace, returning to Yang capital. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Huyang City, quiet room in the city owner's mansion, within one of the spaces in the Star Tower. Luo Feng was here, and he had also taken out the corpse materials from his spatial bag. The immense corpse materials from 3 ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures were scattered across this layer of space, piling up like a series of continuous mountain ranges. The giant silver-white unicorn horns alone spanned trillions of kilometers in length. They are all cultivated by the land of origin itself. Luo Feng was very satisfied. When he had inspected the goods before, the moment he saw them, his formless and intangible abilities determined that as long as he studied their internal structure thoroughly, he could transform. These primordial bloodline creatures, with ordinary intelligence and very low realms, can all exhibit the strength of the ultimate realm. Their physical bodies are truly terrifying. Luo Feng's eyes burned with fervor. Roar tilde tilde tilde. Hiss tilde tilde tilde. Woo woo woo. Above these corpse materials, 3 massive and vague shadows condensed. This was the will of the bloodline. It was the residual will of the primordial life, the bloodline source of the 3 creatures, one with the form of an 8-hoofed clawed creature, one resembling a serpent, and one looking like a furry creature. Luo Feng didn't care about these residual wills. Just talking about the body alone, it's even more terrifying than ultimate realm life forms we cultivated, Luo Feng said in front of a sprawling segment of the serpent's body, a segment that spanned over trillions of kilometers in length, and he observed carefully. It embodies the 24 forms, all things phase, 3 life forms, Luo Feng exclaimed in admiration, just from what I can see, there are 7 forms. It was like Luo Feng was looking at a complete great Tao. From different perspectives, you see different forms. Thus, if one completely comprehends a complete great Tao and cultivates an ultimate realm life form, there is hope to embody multiple forms. The more forms one embodies, the more terrifying the physical body. Like the 24 forms, which is one of the forms of the life origin's complete great Tao. Those primordial bloodline creatures, with the strength of the second realm of godly king, possessing the 24 forms, is already among the elite. It is impossible to find those embodying 2 forms. But these ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures commonly embody multiple forms. This multi-hoofed and horned creature, I can see it embodies 6 forms. This furry creature, I can see, it embodies a full 10 forms. Luo Feng was astounded. This creature should be able to move easily through different timelines, can be large or small, and capable of devouring heaven and earth. Generally speaking, the more forms a physical body embodies, the stronger it is. This multi-hoofed and horned creature is slightly easier to cultivate, thought Luo Feng, but now I only know the 24 forms, and I need to comprehend the other 5 forms. Each form corresponds to 1 form, and he must comprehend all the components of the 6 forms to change into the body of the multi-hoofed and horned creature, by using the formless and intangible ability. The serpent creature and the furry creature are even more challenging. Luo Feng observed the materials of these 3 creatures, 6 forms, 7 forms, 10 forms, with some overlaps. Overall, these materials could provide insight into a total of 15 forms. To observe real materials with my own eyes is different from comprehending the great Tao, Luo Feng mused with the physical specimen in hand, finding research much easier, as if following detailed guidance. In the past, Luo Feng had been drawing countless secret patterns from scratch, deducing other forms. Right, Morosa. Luo Feng then remembered, one of the main reasons he had purchased these materials was for Morosa's growth. Whoosh! Luo Feng immediately took some of the fragmented corpse materials aside, taking about 1% of them. Morosa, Luo Feng communicated through his mind, and soon Morosa hurried over, summoned into the Star Tower. Master, what's the matter? Morosa, seeing the gigantic corpse materials piling up like continuous mountain ranges to the side, couldn't help but bulge his eyes roundly. The aura from these corpse materials was incredibly intense. This is. Morosa couldn't believe it. The best food he had ever consumed was only some parts of the primordial bloodline creatures at the second realm of godly king, not nearly as good as these before him. Master, are these all prepared for me? Morosa looked at his master excitedly. Luo Feng watched him with a smile and nodded his head, of course. This is great, Master, you are the best, said Morosa, overwhelmed with excitement. He felt a primal desire within his sector, wanting to devour these foods. He sensed These foods before him could elevate him to the pinnacle of life, to become a genuine ultimate realm beast. I paid a considerable price to get these foods, Luo Feng reflected. It wasn't easy to cultivate a sector beast. A small amount of fragmented corpses of second realm godly king primordial bloodline creatures could be bought, but complete bodies. The two ancient countries wouldn't sell them. Better creatures' corpses. They could only be exchanged for one of the four great treasures, and even the most inconspicuous treasure amongst the four great treasures, the strange treasure with over 1 billion merit points, was coveted by some imperial-level beings. He had successfully obtained the 1,000 Dreams fruit by pressing down on the others and fending off creatures native to the dream domain. Without strength, such treasures were unattainable. Without strength, one might be robbed, just after trading with the two ancient countries. Master, the price you paid is worth it, Morosa said excitedly. I'm absolutely confident these foods are enough for me to become an ultimate realm. Then I can help the master. You have to conserve these foods a bit, Luo Feng cautioned. If eating about 70 to 80% is enough to become ultimate realm, you have to give the rest back to me. I still need them. Don't worry, once I become ultimate realm, I won't need them anymore, Morosa said. Hurry and send me to the retreat space, I can't wait. He dreamed of reaching the ultimate realm. Ha ha, go ahead then. Luo Feng laughed and with a wave of his hand, moved the piled-up corpse materials like continuous mountain ranges and Morosa to another layer of space. This video will end here.